Axel Lowe. Afternoons on 96 Rock.
Slash,
Yeah, Axel.
living the dream. This guy really is living the dream. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. Hey, congrats on the new album, Living the Dream, which is out now. And this is solo record 4 or 5?
Well, it's really the fourth one, but it's number 3 with the Conspirators.
With Miles and the rest of the
Yeah,
band, right?
yeah.
Well, listen, right before this interview, one of your guys said, hey, you should check out his new video. It just debuted today. And we've been playing Driving Rain here on 96 Rock for a couple of weeks, and people love the song. But the first thing I thought was, God, this guy's got to be so sick of making videos. And I smiled all the way through it. I'm like, this is great. It's a bunch of puppets in the video.
Right. It was definitely trying to do something that was a departure from the norm. I think videos, no matter what, I mean, it's hard to come up with a video that's, original and unique. So I thought if we did something animated, then the sky's the limit with what you want to do. And you can keep the edginess, make it still dark, but at least give it a little bit of levity.
Well, this album is stockpiled with great riffs. And I wanted to ask you, when you write a riff, do you bank it and go, I'm going to save this one for Guns N' Roses for a future album, and then have others that you use for your solo project? Or do you just kind of write for the moment, whatever project you're working on?
Yeah, you put 100% focus into whatever it is that you're doing at the time. So, like, I write for the Conspirators when we're actually on the road. When I was out with Guns, I didn't think about the Conspirators as far as that goes at all. And I only came up with ideas that were sort of Guns-related kind of ideas.
One of the things that I find really amazing, and I wonder if you see the defiance and odds with this, is that you grew up a couple of streets away from where Flea grew up, from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and you guys used to ride bikes together as kids. Is that true?
Well, I mean, we did basically live in the same neighborhood, and I used to see Flea all the time. He always walked. I was the one on the bike. Steve Adler was the one on the skateboard. And as far as I can remember, Mike was always on. Flea, being Mike Balzeri, was always on foot. And in those days, he used to play trumpet. And so you'd always find him walking up and down Hayworth Avenue playing a trumpet. And he was a badass trumpet player. So
just the defiance of odds that you both end up in these legendary rock bands and get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame the very same year. I don't know if you – I was wondering if you
I know. I hadn't really thought about that, but that is sort of ironic.
So you never run into Flea and go, remember back in the day you'd be like walking down the street playing a trumpet?
Well, yeah. Okay, on the first solo record that I did with all the different singers, there's a deluxe version of that. And there's a song in there that is Flea and Steve Adler and I and Alice Cooper. Anyway, so when we were in the studio doing that, it was Steven and Flea and myself in the recording studio for the first time ever, and we were sort of reminiscing about the old days in West Hollywood when we all sort of lived in the same neighborhood. And, we went to the same junior high school and the same high school.
Yeah, that's got to be great then to have those memories and to know that all of you guys did pretty damn well for yourselves.
Yeah. No, it's cool. It's sort of homey,
Cool. And then the last thing, as far as Guns N' Roses, you talked about writing bits when you were on the tour with Guns N' Roses. Are those just bits of songs? Have you and Duff started collaborating at all? Or you and Axl?
There were just bits and pieces of stuff that I had written, and some of it I did play, I think maybe at a couple sound checks with Duff. So, I mean, Axl's got a bunch of music, and we're just going to get together and start compiling different ideas and whatnot.
Well,
it's something that's definitely on the pike,
Yeah, well, I'm excited for it, and it's not a one or the other thing. I'm happy that you can have both, and we look forward to both. We look forward to the new Slash record, which is out now, called Living the Dream, and a future with Guns N' Roses. So it sounds like all is good in your world.
Yeah, it all looks really good. So I'm excited about all of it as well.
Yeah, man, thanks for calling. We'll see you soon, Slash.
All right, man. No, thank you very much. It was good talking to you. Cheers.